It's finally back. Hello guys, how are we doing? I am pretty happy right now, guys. I'm pretty happy. You know why? Because I've been doing some testing. And in that testing, I found a new build that feels really nice to play in this absolutely awful patch. And in doing so, I got to play with a certain rune that has kind of fallen under the radar lately. I'm talking about none other than the legendary Phase Rush Kha'Zix. Yes, man. Finally, it's made its return, and I could not be more glad that it actually feels pretty good to play at the moment. I've been playing quite a bit of Phase Rush Kha'Zix, and I gotta say the move speed has been very useful in fights, and I mean, come on man, it's just so damn fun to run around with this rune on Kha'Zix, it's insane. Now, I'm pairing this with a new build for Kha'Zix that I've been testing, and needless to say, it's been feeling very good. It's a build where we delay Surrealdas and run a defensive item earlier, and yeah, I'll explain more in-game. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe for Kha'Zix content and like the video to support the channel. I really appreciate it, guys. We are closing in on 100k subs. Oh boy, we're nearly there. Look how far we've come. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this Phase Rush Kha'Zix game. At long last, it's finally back, man. Alright guys, let's go. It's finally time. It's finally back, man. Phase Rush Kha'Zix. I am so happy. I am so happy that this rune has made its return, maybe. I mean, I've been testing it with a new build, and it feels pretty damn nice. I played like my placement games on this account with it, and I am very pleased with what I've seen with Phase Rush. Especially in this meta where like fights are more drawn out, I guess, which is what they wanted for this stupid ass patch that we're playing in. Yeah, Phase is feeling very nice in order to sort of outplay people with the move speed in fights, and yeah, I mean, it's always been an absolute joy to play. Phase Rush Kha'Zix was my pride and joy. I mean, in the past it was called Storm Raider Surge. For the oldies that might know that, you know, Storm Raider Surge was just the best thing ever for Kha'Zix, and yeah, I used to play that all the time. And then Phase Rush came along and I was like, yeah, I mean, it's not the same, but you know, it's feeling pretty damn good at the moment. So I'm just going to go for a full clear here. And yeah, so for the runes, Nimbus Cloak, Absolute Focus, Gathering Storm, incredible runes in the sorcery tree. Every single one of these runes has great value and will pretty much always get used. So really good runes in the sorcery tree, which is part of the reason why I feel like Phase can be very good at times. The runes are just fantastic. And then we have the secondary runes, which is Legend Haste and Cutdown. In my opinion, these are the best runes in the current patch for the secondary slot. Legend Haste is extremely valuable at the moment because obviously we had Haste nerfed across the board with our items, so it feels very shit not having Legend Haste. Especially when you're building items that don't have haste. For example, like if you're going into Yumu's or Edge of Night or Opportunity, these items have no haste, and then suddenly you're just like not casting and not, you know, you're AD caster that has very long cooldowns, and it's just really shit. It feels terrible. So yeah, I'm in a full clear, take crab, and then I actually see volley up here, going for the gank. I believe I did ping that. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I should have though. And I'm going to find a chance to take away the second crab here, which is incredible, right? Really good stuff. Now, I could recall here and just buy like a pickaxe or something, but I'm not going to do that. I'm actually just going to wait for my Krugs. I feel like I don't want to recall on the pickaxe here, and I'm just going to be like, yeah, whatever. I'll just wait, and I'll watch my mid laner die. Unfortunate. Flashes into the Nort Hook. That is just unfortunate, and yeah, finally get the Krugs coming up. So, yeah, in this meta, I feel like farming is extremely important. Yeah, the more I get to play in this meta, the more I feel like farming is just like, if you don't farm, then what the fuck are you doing? I don't know. I feel like I'm always getting punished when I go for kills, and like I tend to have lower win rates in games where I don't prioritize my camps, so I'm always going to be going for the camps. I'm hitting level 5 here. I'm going to keep pathing until I get my other 2 camps. This is actually very greedy, like being on the map on your second clear without items is pretty... I mean, it's not something I'd really recommend. But I'm just going to hard greed it and try and prioritize level 6. And in that case, you know, it's totally fine. Because I don't really see myself fighting at the moment. I'd rather just wait until I'm 6 to actually do so. So, yeah, no, what I'm doing here, there's really nothing wrong with it. But it also means that if a fight comes along, I'll be itemless. And, you know, that's not really ideal. For example, if these guys start fighting and I have to go down, like, I mean... I'm just not going to be very useful, especially with Phase Rush, no damage rune. Like, gotta be a little bit careful. So, yeah. Anyway, works out. I'm going to recall. First item is Profane Hydra. Brutalizer first, and the reason I'm going Profane first, even though it got nerfed, obviously, is because I feel like Profane is more valuable than ever, even though it got nerfed. That's because of just the nature of the meta we're in. Profane is still really good for accelerating Kha'Zix with your clear speed and stuff. So, getting that Profane early and just clearing the entire map is really, really good for getting leads. In the meantime, Ornn is just... I mean, like, this guy is just built different. He just 1v2s and, you know, casually gets a double kill. And that gives me a lot of free time to take these grubs for free, basically. Now, I don't have my Q evolve. I mean, I haven't evolved yet. I can evolve it now. And actually, I prefer it first, even with this build. But I'm actually not going to go Q evolve. I'm going to go R evolve. I just generally... I mean... R evolve and Phase Rush are just a match made in heaven. They are just so good together. You can engage with the R evolve and from a very long distance as well. Even if you have to leap, like you can apply the Phase Rush, and your mobility in fights is just ridiculous with the R evolve. Now you'll notice I didn't take the third grub. This is because I don't want people to know where I am. So I'm actually going to go along here, and it looks like Fiora's going to hard push and maybe like, you know, do something funny. So I'm going to loop around here. Oh, wait, I got to see which way she goes first before I actually commit to this gank. She goes to the minion wave. All right, great. So we're going to walk up here. We're just going to walk up, not use our leap. Hello, how you doing? She uses a parry immediately. I missed my Q on that. That's unfortunate, but it doesn't matter. She's isolated. Really no chance here. I'm going to pick up a nice kill. Very good for me. I'm going to immediately go back into my jungle and start clearing. And, yeah. Now, I mean, yeah, the more I tested this build, the more I'm like, okay, I still prefer Q evolve just for the speed, which you can, like, kill and clear stuff. I can see the volley here. He's just walked into my bot side jungle, so I'm pinging. I'm pinging there. If my bot lane still dies to a gank here, then that's on them. Really, you know, really nothing I can do. And I gotta assume that my Gromp is gone, and like, he might take my wolves too. So I do have to be a little bit, like, you know, I have to take that into consideration. You know, then he shows, right? He goes to the gank, but it doesn't work. You know, Yuumi, Lucian, totally fine. And because he was so fast at going to that gank, I know that he hasn't taken my wolves. So I'm going to come down here and go for a contest. We're actually going to block the volley off here. He gets slowed. He's looking like he's in a lot of trouble. I thought he was going to ulti. Maybe he didn't have it. I don't know. So I was just going to jump on him in preparation. But I end up getting the kill anyway. So that's fantastic. I say sorry, but I'm not actually sorry. Because that kill is amazing for me. And then I'm going to go straight into the dragon. See, this is why I like, imagine if I had Q evolve here, I'd be able to just hard clear this, like, so quickly. But, you know, it's alright. Doesn't matter too much. And, yeah. So, what was I going to say? I had something I had on my mind. God damn it, I forgot. Anyway. Gonna take that dragon and go back into my jungle. Right, I was going to talk about Phase Rush, right? So, why the hell would I run Phase? There's really no other reason other than the fact that it's fun. I just don't care for Duck Harvest at the moment. I'm so bored of using the same shit, right? This is why I like Hail of Blades and Phase Rush. I love to run different shit that sort of alters the champ in a way that no other rune can. Anyway, I'm going to wait in the bush here. After that death on the Ornn, I'll find a chance to go on Zed there and pick up another kill for myself. Extremely good. Just picking up 3 kills left and right. Alright. I mean, it's a very easy game for me. It's not going to be too difficult. So, you know, don't expect like a hard, you know, super intense game where I have to fight for my fucking life. No, it's not going to happen. But this is just mainly a build showcase with the Phase Rush and the new build path I'm running. And hopefully it'll be interesting to you. Anyway, this is pretty good from the enemy team. Very well played. They're in my jungle. They know I'm in a path topside, so they're just going to wait. I almost get away with my Nimbus Cloak Smite, but I don't have enough time to actually proc Phase Rush there, so I'm just going to go down. Actually really well played by the enemy team. These guys are going to cheese me in my own jungle, and Malzahar tries to help, but he just goes down as well. Really unfortunate. I wanted to prioritize my camps there, but, you know, enemy team knows what I'm going to go for. They capitalize on it. Very good shit. Well played. Now, I got my Profane, so now I'm just going to, like, farm the shit out of the entire map. Well, I'm going to farm my camps and everything. I want to go and cover this wave. It looks pretty juicy. And then I see Zed randomly Wing on the tower. No one knows why. And that gives me a free kill, basically. I mean, look at that. You can see that even without a damage rune, like I've said for, I don't know how long it's been, like 10 years. Kha'Zix doesn't actually need a damage rune to be successful. And that right there is pretty much why, you know, isolation does a lot of damage. And even if I had a damage rune there, it would still take the same amount of time to kill him in that situation. So I'm going to counter jungle the volley here, because I know he's topside, right? So he's going to be using a lot of his time to either rotate down here or take camps topside. So I'm going to try and go for the Kha'Zix. Kai'Sa is going to contest. She's going to cut me down. Here comes the volley. He's finally here. But my team is just better. And look at this Phase Rush. I'm going to be able to run away from the volley and basically just be untouchable against him. You know, amazing stuff. Going to pick up a double kill and run back into my jungle, clean up my Gromp, and then probably go for a recall. That right there is kind of just, I mean, it's just perfect. It's just perfect for us. Phase Rush being amazing against champs like Volley, who want to auto attack you and bite the shit out of you, but they just can't, right? Because you proc Phase and then you just can't be touched. There's nothing you can do. And I didn't even have my ulti there. So yeah, extremely good stuff. And like, yeah, I get both these camps, 2 kills, gonna recall, pick up the boots, and then I'm going to go into my next lethality item. So the build I'm talking about here is pretty standard at first, right? We're gonna go Profane for the clear speed. You can go Hubris too, totally fine. Like Hubris, Profane, exceptional combo. I still think Profane is core on this champ. But yeah, we're gonna go into our second lethality item next. I want to go bot lane here and maybe look for a gank on Kai'Sa. I use my R here because if I don't use it early here, then the W from the Kai'Sa is gonna spot me. She's isolated here, she flashes and shit, not gonna matter at all. Lucian is gonna pick her up very, very nicely. And yeah, like I was saying, no issue with damage, especially with the runes, right? Absolute Focus, Gathering Storm, extremely potent combo. And then we have Cut Down as well, which is just like amazing for someone like Kha'Zix. You can go Coup de Grace as well, if you feel like you're going to be executing more. But I think Cut Down is generally better if you're playing solo. Now, this is really important. What should I do here? I don't show myself because I can't kill this guy. I can't kill this guy by myself. And if I mean, you know, if I engage on him here, he's just going to CC me and then Zed will come down and whatever. I don't want to bother myself with that. All I want from here is the camps. So I'm going to go sneak into the jungle, take the camps, and watch what my bot lane's doing. They're going to find the Nautilus here. And they're going to engage on him. Fight's going to break out. But what do? I'm going to stay here. Why? Because Kai'Sa is going to walk right into me. Yeah. So we're going to jump on the Kai'Sa here. She's trying to and ult away. She has no sums. It's not going to matter. We're going to jump on her and just instantly destroy the Kai'Sa there. Not able to do a damn thing in that fight at all. And my team won the fight anyway against the Zed Nautilus. Because assassins are hilarious at the moment. Extremely funny class. it's just not fun to play assassins right now. It really isn't. Even with this build, guys, I am like so frustrated in my games. It just doesn't feel fun in the slightest. And you can see the Volibear is actually walking up into the river. And I'm like, what the hell is he doing here? I can actually 1v1 him. But I'm just sort of curious as to what the fuck he's doing. There's nothing here he could possibly do to, like... I mean, what is he doing? He's just dancing in the river. Like, what on earth are you doing? No one fucking knows. Anyway, I want to just clear my camps here. But there is a fight breaking out down here. These guys are going to try and engage. I am going to run down. I have my RW evolve, which is the greatest evolution order in the game. By the way, I'm going to R evolve in. Going to find the Nautilus, kill him in isolation. I'm going to jump on the Z here. Phase rush right up to him, but I kind of play this extremely badly. And I just take all his damage. And I just kind of stand there in my stealth. Really just mechanical misplay there. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? No one knows. But yeah. I'm going to go into Edge of Night second. And this is going to be incredible for setting up the next item in particular. Edge of Night obviously had its cost increased, which sucks balls. It really does. It's terrible. But it's still the Edge of Night we all know and love, so, you know, it's still going to be very, very good when you actually get it. And the thing is, like, the key thing with this build is the third item, right? Normally we would go Ceruldas as the third item, but in this build we are not going to do that. And I'll explain why a little bit later. But for now, we're going to walk up here onto the Fiora. We have RW. RW Evolve is fantastic with Phase Rush. I mean, so much utility. Just up the balls with this setup. It really is just amazing for playing around with your opponents in fights with the slow and just everything really. I want to fight this. I don't want to let this guy just take my raptors like that, but he's gonna do it. I'm gonna go on him with the Yuumi here. It's Volibear, so he's gonna be able to heal up, you know, and do Volibear stuff. It's pretty annoying, but thankfully I have Yuumi with me. You know, I'm going to be able to pick him up there. And that's kind of the reason why I like Q-Evolve. If I had Q-Evolve, I could probably out DPS his heals and shit. Even if I was by myself. But, you know, I think RW is still, like, insane for general usage as Kha'Zix. I think it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell which evolution is really good and which, you know, which one's better. Because you know... Q-Evolve will always be the greatest for kind of getting yourself fed and like ending fights quickly. You know, the DPS is really, really great, especially when you want to prioritize yourself in solo carry, but RW will always be the more flexible evolution order, especially when it comes to fights, because the utility is just unmatched. So, you know, pick one. You know, there's obviously going to be an opportunity cost, depending on which you pick, but, you know, for this page, I definitely do think RW feels better. But I think going Q Evo first, like into QR or something, is definitely really good too. All I know is that you want to have R Evolve by level 11 pretty much all the time, no matter what build you go. R Evolve is just king. You know, can't beat R Evolve. It is the best Evo, hands down, generally. But yeah, so I'm just focusing on getting camps here. And as much farm as I can, because I want to go into my next item here. I maybe look for an engage here. It looks decent. If Kai'Sa walks up here, she dies, but she doesn't. That's unfortunate. And my, you know, my jungle's being invaded topside. This is a good pick onto the Nautilus here. We're going to use our W evolve to slow him, jump on him. He flashes away. I don't want to face check that bush. The culling goes along and kills the Nautilus. Very nice. And, you know, I'm being a little cautious here because we don't have vision, and we did see like a lot of people in topside. I know Volley was there, so I'm being a little bit careful. Not that it really matters because he doesn't have the damage to actually kill me 1v1, but you know, can't be too careful. Since I died in, in my jungle right around here, you know, you can never be too careful, bro. Anyway, he's on the Herald, so there's that. Zed is along here. Not going to be worrying about him too much. I'm going to head down here. I'm going to skip my Krugs and head down to the Dragon. It's going to be Ocean Drag, which is incredible, by the way. That's fucking nasty, especially with the build we're going to run. Fight is going to break out here. Random fight. You know, just really just fucking random. No one knows why. I'm going to kill him. Move along onto the Ocean Drake. But before we take the dragon, I want to see if I can take camps here first. Because, you know, these are harder to take. And if I can contest them, then it is worth doing so. And we're also going to catch out the volley bear here, because he's just like not aware of my team's presence. And then, you know, we're going to go ahead and take the dragon straight after. Very, very nice. Good stuff. Now, I bet at this point you're probably like, well, you're not actually using the move speed from Phase Rush very much. Why would you run it? Well, like I said, it's mainly for fun, right? If it's possible to run it, then I will. Just because it's so fucking fun. And the thing is, it's kind of like Halo Blades, in the sense that you will not always see the use of... Yeah, like you will not always see how useful it is compared to like a damage keystone like Dark Harvest. Obviously, you see the proc happen, you know it's doing its thing, right? But with this, it's more like, well, you know, move speed is a lot harder to determine, like, usefulness. Same with like the attack speed from Hob. It's extremely subtle in a lot of cases, and the more noticeable moments are, they're more, or they're less common than damage. We're gonna find Fiora here, pick her up right there and there. Very nice. And look at this, I have 3,600 gold. Ridiculous. What the hell? What happened? I have so much gold. Anyway, this is what I wanted to talk about, which is the third item. That's Dance. Yes! Defensive item third. Who would have thought? Now, this has actually been feeling incredible, because it allows you to stay alive in fights and frontline a bit more, and play out extended fights much more easily. Plus, it has fantastic stats, really good AD, so you don't have to worry about losing too much damage when it comes to assassinating. Like this. Take a look at this. Boom, we're gonna apply the slow, she isolates, and then just like full combo her, and she dies. Very nice. 2-level difference, very good shit. Absolute Focus, Gathering Storm are online, and without huge amount of AD and lethality, we are going to kill her. Go on the volley here next, apply the W slow after the Ornn ulti, jump on him. My team has no way to follow up, so I'm going to leave him. And we're going to try and go into the Baron next. We're going to try and get it down. The volley bear is still up, obviously. Malzahar getting jumped on here, unfortunately. We're going to have to probably turn here. Fiora gets knocked up. I Q her in isolation, gets one shot. See you later. This is pretty bad by me. I should just go on the Baron here. But, you know, I like to never leave things up to chance. When it comes to Barons, I like to make sure it's not a 50-50, ideally. And these guys still have 4 alive, so there's a good chance these guys can contest. The Herald is coming in. Oh my god, fucking Herald. This is looking bad. We're gonna try and fucking coin flip this shit. Yeah, he gets it. He gets it. Well played. Well played. I missed the smite. But we're gonna turn the fight here. We're going to try and go in onto the Z and case the W evolve. Slow. We're gonna walk up. Gotta be a little bit careful here. Oh wait, no I don't. I actually don't have to be careful here at all. We're gonna jump through the tower, flash on the Z, kill him, get the shutdown, and then we're gonna run out. So unfortunately we lose the Baron. Unfortunate. Who cares? Let's talk about the death stance, right? You can see there that I am able to frontline like extremely reliably because I have the death stance and the Edge of Night. I have a good amount of health, armor, and I have the death stance passive. And that is going to allow me to take hits, which is incredible when you want to play in a meta that is more extended fight focused, like this one, right? They have pretty much just gutted Assassin Burst. Well, not really Burst, but assassination capabilities with our haste being lowered. So, what better way than to counter a meta that is focused on extended fights than building a defensive item that allows you to fight more extensively. Extensively? Yeah, that's the word. Anyway, we're going to find the Kai'Sa yet again. My R Evolve is back up. We're going to walk up to her. No isolation. Doesn't fucking matter. I mean, 2 levels above. Very nice. It's really not going to matter too much. Profane, at this point, is still doing reasonable damage. So, you know, we have that going for us. You can see we don't need a fucking damage keystone. I'm so... like guys, the reason you're losing your games is not because you're not taking Dark Harvest or, you know, you don't have enough damage. It's because you're not playing this fucking champ properly. And I guarantee you, like, that's how it is. Anyway, 4th item, Ceruldas. We're going to move Ceruldas from the 3rd item slot to the 4th item slot. to make way for the Death Stance, because Sarulda's lethality is gone, and that means that its one-shotting capabilities is a lot, you know, definitely less potent. Anyway, good play here. Good play here. I'm going to get jumped on here. I actually played this pretty poorly. I think I could have gotten away if I used my Phase Rush a little bit better, but I didn't. I jumped out preemptively. It's gonna be alright though. My team is gonna follow up and kill. So that's gonna be good. And yeah, they caught me with my pants down when I didn't have my R up. That's really, really sad, but it is what it is. You hate to see it. These fucking little cheeses bush camping me, man. That's the only way they can kill me. And you know what? Use what works, I guess. But yeah, Hero's gonna go down here. Gonna get the dragon. This is gonna be Ocean Soul, I think. And with Ocean Soul and Death Stance, oh my god, we are just never gonna die. But yeah. So yeah, that's the whole premise of the build, right? Death Stance, third item. I mean, it doesn't have to be Death Stance. You can go more third, sorry, if they have a lot of magic damage. In this case, though, Death Stance. And I think generally Death Stance, the passive is just insane. So, you know, running that third, pair it with what I'm doing now, which is Edge of Night. You don't have to go Edge of Night second if you want more damage or some shit. Run Hubris or, you know, Axiom, whatever. It doesn't really matter too much, but I think Edge of Night is the safest option. And it pairs, like, it has the greatest synergy with the Death Stance. And this way you can jump in, not have to worry too much about just getting blown up to pieces, and yeah, have fun. Anyway, Volley and Zed here once again, here to fuck my day up. It's totally fine though, because I have my R and I'm ready for them this time. So I'm gonna use my R. Unfortunately, my team is losing this fight and it looks pretty fucking bad. I'm gonna chuck out a W, see what I can do. I know Zed's gonna ult me, immediately jump as soon as he ults me. That way he can't kill me, and I'm going to run out with my Nimbus Cloak through the bushes, and then we're going to jump out. We get the Zed, but my team kind of throws that fight a little bit. However, I'm still pretty healthy. I have the Yuumi on me, going to jump on this Fiora here. Nice damage on the Profane at this point in the game, very nice. Yeah, so you can see that Profane is not like totally useless, even though we lost a lot of damage on it. I mean, it would be nice if we still had that bonus damage on the active, but it's not a massive deal. The more I play with this patch, you know, I feel like it's totally fine. We're going to split push with the Yuumi and try and take down this tower. This is looking pretty damn nice. We have some Void Grips to help us a little bit with the damage. Nice play by the Nautilus. Actually catches out the Yuumi. Kai'Sa gonna go in here. I'm gonna go for the isolated target, which is the Nautilus. Boom, we're gonna kill him. I don't actually have to ulti here, but it's whatever. Try to jump on the Kai'Sa, but she's Kai'Sa, so I can't really do that. Why did I flash? Oh my god, worst flash of the century. No idea why I did that. I flashed a single... I flashed a single Zed Shuriken when I have fucking Death Stance. Oh my god, I'm trolling, man. Don't know what that was, don't talk about it. But, you know, we end up getting a tower there, not too bad. And we have the Baron coming up, so we're going to be trying to play for that next. And yeah, we're going to walk up here. We're going to tag the Volley with the isolated slow. And we're going to jump on him with my Ornn and Malzahar. Malzahar, insane player, presses R. Like, oh my god, he is such a good player. I can't believe he just did that to the Volley. Someone give this man a Mechanics Award, because he is just insane. And with the Volley dead, that is basically a Baron. And we're going to go ahead and take this shit very, very easily with no contest. And this time I'm not going to fucking lose it, right? Because he's dead. These are the sort of Baron plays you want, right? You don't ever want a 50-50, I mean, ideally never 50-50 the Baron. I just don't think it's worth it under any circumstance, but, you know. If you're confident you can go for the secure, then go for it, I guess. Now for the last item, you can see I'm hovering the Sterak's. This is the correct purchase, right? I should have gone the Sterak's here because I'm getting focused hard here. And the Sterak's will just let me be basically unkillable in the fight. And I'm still going to do amazing damage because of all my AD and the armor pen from Sarulda's, right? You might think that I'm lacking damage because I only have 2 lethality items, but that is actually the sweet spot. I think 2 lethality items is the perfect amount, and any more is just a little bit overkill. I think 3 is good for squishies, but 2 is like the sweet spot, man. I'm going to find the volley here. Once again, I'm going to jump on him. Amazing damage, as you can see. I'm just going straight in, right? I have that stance. I can survive a long time and buy my team a lot of time to go for damage. I end up dying. As I said, the Sterex is the correct purchase. If I did that with Sterex, I would be like totally fine. But I bought Eclipse like an idiot. And yeah, it's gonna be the game, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Give this build a try, especially the 3rd item, which is Death Stance. I really think this is an extremely good way to play Kha'Zix in this meta. And obviously give Phase a try, because we are back with the Phase Rush, boys. We are back. I'm so happy. I'm so happy it's back. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Catch you later. Bye-bye.